Hello everyone, myself Tanvi Patel, working as Assistant Professor in Computer Engineering Department in Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Subject is Theory of Computation and unit number 5 is Turing Machine. Today we are going to cover up the topic is Church-Turing hypothesis. So, the Turing machine is a general model of computation. Any algorithmic procedure can be solved by computer can also be solved by a Turing machine. Now here the problem computed by a computer or a Turing machine are also known as partial recursive function. Some enhancements to Turing machine made the Church thesis acceptable. So they are multi-tape, multi-head, infinite tapes and non-determinism. So this was the Church-Turing hypothesis, in which, for example, we have to design the odd palindrome. So here for odd palindrome, two conditions should be satisfied, or we have to taken in mind, that is WAWR and WBWR, where W belongs to A, B whole star. Here there should be middle symbol A or B in the palindrome string. Say for example, the string is A double B A double B A or A double B B double B A. The string can be anything but should be palindrome. So here the figure of odd palindrome is being shown over here. So this was the Church-Turing hypothesis. Now moving forward, the another theory is non-deterministic Turing machine. So the non-deterministic Turing machine is a powerful feature. Here a non-deterministic Turing machine might have uncertain combination of states and symbols under the head more than one possible choice of behavior. Now non-deterministic does not make a Turing machine more powerful, but for every non-deterministic Turing machine there is an equivalent deterministic Turing machine. It is easy to design a non-deterministic Turing machine for certain class of problems. So a string is said to be accepted by a non-deterministic Turing machine if there is at least one sequence of move that makes the machine to the final state, that takes the machine to the final state. Means the definition says a string is said to be acceptable by a non-deterministic Turing machine if there is at least one sequence of move. Means there should be at least one sequence of move that takes the machine to the final state. Then and only then the string is said to be accepted by the non-deterministic Turing machine. Now for example, from state A to state B, A is being replaced with X and moved to the right. So here the string is accepted because it has one move to the final state. So the transition behavior from state for Turing machine is delta A comma A equal to, in curly bracket, A is being replaced with A and moved to right, capital B is being replaced with X and moved to right. So this is being the transition behavior of the state. So this was the non-deterministic Turing machine. Now moving forward, another one is the universal Turing machine. So here a general purpose computer can be programmed to solve different types of problems. A Turing machine can also behave like a general purpose computer. Here a general purpose computer solves a problem as: first, a program is written in a high level language and its machine code is obtained with the help of compiler. Next, machine code is loaded in main memory. Third, input to the program can also be loaded in memory. Fourth, program stored in memory is executed line by line. So these are the general purpose computer problems which can be solved. Now A Turing machine is known as universal Turing machine when we follow similar approaches. Universal Turing machine can solve all sort of solvable problems. Now, a Turing machine M is designed to solve a particular problem P, which can be specified as: first, the initial state Q0 of the Turing machine M, then the transition function delta of M can be specified as: if the current state of M is Q1 or Qi and the symbol under the head is Ai, then the machine moves to the state Qj while changing Ai to Aj. Then the move of tape head may be left, right or neutral or normal. This is the same process as in the Turing machine. Now moving forward, such a move Turing machine can be represented by the tuples which are being written over here. Universal Turing machine should be able to simulate every Turing machine. So simulation of Turing machine will involve: first, encoding behavior of a particular Turing machine as a program, and second one is execution of the above program by the Universal Turing machine. Now a move of the form Qi, Ai, Qj, Aj and Mf can be represented as 10 raised to I plus 1, 10 raised to I, 10 raised to j plus 1, 10 raised to j and 10 raised to k, where k equal to 1 if move in the left direction, k equal to 2 if move in the right direction, and k equal to 2 if 3 if move in the neutral direction or normal state. Now here the state Q0 is represented by 0, state Q1 is represented by 0, 0 and state Qn is represented by 0 raised to n plus 1. So first symbol can be represented by 0, second symbol can be represented by 0, 0 and so on. Now two elements of a tuple represented a move are separated by 1. Two moves are separated by 1, 1. Now execution of Turing machine. We can assume that the Universal Turing machine is a 3-tuple Turing machine. First, input is written on the first tape. Moves of the Turing machine in encoded form is written on the second tape, and third, the current state of Turing machine is written on the third tape. So the control unit of Universal Turing machine, by counting number of zeros between ones, can find out the current symbol under the head. It can find the current state from the tape 3. Now it can locate the appropriate move based on current input and the current state from the tape 2. Now the control unit can extract the following information from the tape 2, that is the next state, second one next symbol to be written, and third one is the move of a head. Now based on the above, the control unit can take the appropriate action. So this was the Universal Turing machine. Now the next topic is recursively and enumerable language. Here in this, there is a difference between recursively enumerable and recursively language. So recursive enumerable means what? Turing acceptable, and recursive means what? Turing decidable. So the following statement are equivalent. First one, every Turing decidable language is Turing acceptable, and second one, every Turing acceptable language need not be Turing decidable. First, Turing acceptable language. Here a language L is a subset of sigma star is said to be Turing acceptable language if there is a Turing machine M which holds on every language belongs to L with an answer yes. However, if language belongs to L, then M may not be held. And second one, Turing decidable language. Here a language L subset of sigma star is said to be Turing decidable language if there is a Turing machine M which always holds on every language belongs to sigma star. If language belongs to L, then M holds with answer yes, and if language does not belongs to L, then M holds with answer no. So, a set of solution for any problem defines a language. A problem P is said to be decidable or solvable if the language L subset of sigma star representing the problem in Turing machine. And if P is decidable or solvable, then there is an algorithm for recognizing language L representing the problem. It may be noted that an algorithm terminates on all input. Now, following statements are equivalent for recursively language. First is the language L is Turing decidable. Second, the language L is recursive. And third one, this is an algorithm for recognizing the language L. So, this was the recursively and enumerable language. So, that's all for today. Thank you.